is short. Need to get you an extension. Too bad you could use my iRig with a wireless mic. Well, iRig won't. Do you have your hand mic with you? You do? Yeah, just use my iRig.
gonna try and do the family, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's
Okay, okay.
definitely.
Come on over here to Reds. Perez over here. I'll be
Good afternoon. You guys ready? Okay, we are here today to announce the filing of a wrongful death lawsuit against the Oklahoma County Jail and the Oklahoma County Board of Commissioners on behalf of the decedent, the person who died in the jail, Mr. Larez Chambers. With me are members of his family, and we have filed this lawsuit to seek answers, to seek the truth, and to seek justice. What happened and the evidence that we have and what we put in our petition filed here in Oklahoma County yesterday is almost unbelievable. That a 42-year-old man will be arrested on simple charges of trespassing by an Oklahoma City police officer, brought to the Oklahoma County Jail. The officer's report says the Oklahoma County Jail rejected this inmate and he was sent to the hospital. Well, based on an eyewitness account, we have evidence, and it's set forth clearly in the allegations in our lawsuit, that Mr. Chambers was beaten severely while handcuffed by numerous correction officers while in the custody of the Oklahoma County Jail. He had his head smashed against a window where blood was left on the window, all the time being handcuffed. Medical personnel were not allowed to attend to him due to the interference and obstruction of correctional officers. The fire department arrived at one point and was unable to provide any type of assistance due to the obstruction and interference of correction officers. One correctional officer had his knee on Mr. Chambers' head for a substantial amount of time. Mr. Chambers, based on the evidence that we have and have filed in this lawsuit and the allegations, was in the county jail for approximately 2 hours. At such point, he was transported not by EMSA, the allegations and the evidence that we have show, but by the police department to the hospital with no information given to the family, no charges filed, where he was diagnosed with 4 skull fractures. The ME's report says he died of blunt force trauma to the head, and we believe that there's a homicide investigation, as the family has been told by the Oklahoma City Police Department, that is currently underway. Now, other than that and the allegations in this lawsuit, that's all we know. And that's why we filed this lawsuit, I say again, to seek answers as to what happened to this man, whose family stands beside me, to seek the truth as to what happened to this man, whose family stands beside me, and to seek justice for this man, whose family stands beside me. That concludes my remarks. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. Detention officers actively participated and committed the assault and excessive force. The ME report's not concluded because they have not determined the manner of death. The cause of death, however, has been determined as blunt force trauma to the head. What did the deceased do? Well, he had been through some rough times in his life. At the time, I don't believe he was employed. We're not going to sit here and paint him as the perfect citizen. However, in our opinion, anyone who enters the county jail, whether guilty of a crime or not, regardless of their criminal past, is deserving of constitutional treatment, which he did not receive. We're very interested to see when the excessive force was used. Initially, Mr. Chambers complained that his wrists hurt because the handcuffs were too tight. Based on these complaints, he was then assaulted. That's when his head was put against the window. We're hopeful We want to see the video footage. We haven't. We don't have access to it. That's one of the things we'll be seeking in this lawsuit. One of the allegations in the lawsuit is that he was removed from the purview of the camera at one point in time. So we're not sure how much video that the cameras are actually going to review as far as the excessive force occurring. Sounds extremely excessive to me. And depending on the evidence as it comes out in the litigation of this case, one of the big questions we want answered was this a homicide?
How do you feel right now?
Well, I don't want to speculate. I know what we have in our hands and why we filed this lawsuit, but we have a lot of digging to do. We got a lot of questions to ask. You know, we want to do some depositions. We want to issue some subpoenas. And like I said, we want to seek the truth. We want to get some answers, and we want to get some justice.
Those 15 officers, do you know their status right now? Are they on administrative leave? Do you want to see them back at work? What are you seeking?
I have no idea. We don't have any identification of these individuals. Standard procedure in a situation like this, whether it's the police department or the jail, usually those individuals are put on some type of suspension without pay while an investigation is conducted, but I don't have any actual knowledge of that right now.
At the end of the day, should they be back on the job?
Absolutely not if these allegations prove to be true, which we believe them to be true, and possibly charged with criminal action. This is Lorez Chambers' son, Lorez Briggs, and Kay Briggs, grandmother-in-law, and she has a very short statement she would like to read.
Okay. On Sunday,
You can hold that right up there under there. Look down at it.
There you go.
okay. On Sunday, June 19th, which was Father's Day, we lost a father. We lost a grandfather, a son, and a husband. After spending 10 days in a coma, he passed away. We never got to say goodbye or to share our love during this time. And since then, we had no answers to why he was killed. I've been heard stories like these, and they
Take your time. Take your time. Take your time.
like these, and they never affect you until they're put on your doorstep. And it's like I never thought I would happen to my family or my grandkids. This is a nightmare come true. It's proven very hard for me to let him go, to lay him down to rest. We're going to miss him, and we're going to mourn him for the rest of our lives. Perhaps truth and justice can bring some peace to us. This is our hope and our prayer. He deserved better, and so do the children. Oh, my God.
And you're his grandmother. Am I spelling your first and last name correct?
Deborah, D-E-B-O-R-A-H, Briggs, B-R-I-G-G-S.
And did you have any children?
Yeah, he has 2 sons, 8 grandkids, and he got a mother and a father. I'm on his father's past, but his mother's here.
What was your relationship to him?
I'm his kid's grandmother.
Kid's grandmother.
Yeah, son's mother-in-law.
Okay, Deborah, to hear that he died in custody is one thing, but then to hear the details of how, allegedly, how does that sit with you?
I don't know, for a sake, because I don't have any answers. I mean, nobody is justified in dying in police custody. That's just not supposed to happen. You know, it's just not supposed to happen. And I just need answers. And this is allegedly what the lawsuit is about. We need answers. Bottom line, money, all that other stuff, we need answers. We can't put this to rest out of shirt on. In the back, you know, I don't have rest in peace, because he ain't in peace, because we don't know what happened.
How do you explain this to his children and grandchildren?
We don't know yet. We don't have no answers. When we get answers, we can explain it to them, but we can't explain nothing without answers. And that's what this is all about, answers. Answers to what happened. We don't know what happened. Every question we asked haven't been answered. Nobody's told us anything.
Is there some frustration behind that?
Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh, yes. Yes, my blood pressure going up every day. And I was living a peaceful life, but now it's just like all out of whack. And I'll be, and this one, I'll be, I'll take this to the death of me. I got to have an answer. Somebody got to tell me something. Somebody got to tell me something. I just can't just go on. It stops here. It stops here. They got to answer some questions. Somebody got to say something to justify what they're doing. It is not justifiable. It's not never gonna go away, but answers will make it better. So we'll know what happened. We know what happened. We don't have a clue what happened. Somebody can get picked up for trespassing and wind up dead. Who that ain't right? That's not right. Ooh, that's not right. Ooh, that ain't right. Ooh, that ain't right. Oh no, that ain't right.
Come on. Enough answers for the questions.
Why we filed it? Well, you know, there's been a history at the Oklahoma County Jail that's been going on for quite some time now. The Department of Justice declared its conditions unconstitutional, I believe, in 2008. It's well known that the jail is understaffed and overcrowded. We believe there's issues of failure to train correctional officers. So other than just trying to find out answers and truth and justice for this family, we're hoping that maybe some changes will be made at the county jail. And officials will look at this type of situation and try to make those changes so that it doesn't happen again.
Can you go back and explain what you think happened inside that jail, or why you have reason to believe that the jail is responsible?
Well, the claims we filed two claims. One claim is simply that correctional officers doing their job in the course and scope of their employment inflicted deadly injuries upon Mr. Chambers. If we can prove that fact, that's a state law claim we will win. We've also filed a constitutional claim that the jail's practice and custom of being overcrowded and failure to train over these years has resulted in a pattern and practice on guard upon inmate violence. And if we can prove that, we will win that claim. So to say why have we filed it? Because something needs to be done. Something needs to be done, and this is our justice system, and this is our only avenue. So we're going to take it.
And you're going after the Oklahoma County Board of Commissioners. Why are they listed in that lawsuit?
Well, they're the responsible body for the Oklahoma County Jail, the responsible governing body.
You mentioned working on getting answers. You haven't been able to. Have you tried several times and just haven't received any responses from the parties you're suing?
No, we have filed a notice of tort claim against the city of Oklahoma City. We are far less knowledgeable about their involvement, and I can't really say what the future holds with regard to any potential claims against the city. But We feel that under this set of circumstances, this is the only thing we can do. The family has been, waiting 9 days or 10 days while Mr. Chambers was in the hospital. They didn't receive any information from anybody. They heard there was a homicide investigation, but they never heard about any charges being filed. They were pretty much left in the dark. So when we obtained the evidence that we obtained, we just moved forward. And part of this process is to prosecute these claims and find out what happened.
I guess my question for clarification is, did you go to them with this list of accusations or allegations which are alleging, and then you just didn't respond?
No,
You just went ahead and just sued them?
correct.
Where did you get the list of allegations? Did someone tell you that's what happened this time?
It's an eyewitness account. And further evidence of that will come out through the litigation of this claim.
And you said part of this was homicide.
That it should have been. Part of it occurred within the purview of the cameras at the county jail. Now, until we subpoena those cameras, that video footage, we're not going to know for sure.
You said this has been corroborated with an FDA report or an autopsy?
Has what been corroborated? Blunt force trauma is the information we received from the medical examiner's office. Correct. They have not yet determined the manner of death. The family was advised he had 4 skull fractures. That's all right.
He said something about they moved his brain over 8 million.
All right. All right, thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, did you want to go on? This is Mr. Pruitt with the NAACP.
Yeah, the family contacted me concerning this particular issue, and we, just like the attorney, are seeking justice. Anytime a person walks into the jailhouse and end up in a coma and end up dead, we're concerned. Any and every all of our citizens should be concerned about a situation like that. It appears to me that if you got a bad apple, you need to address it. If you got someone going beyond what they should be doing, it needs to be addressed. If we don't bring that to the light, if we don't shine a light on those things that we know that doesn't appear to be just, fair, or equal, then we got a problem. Most folks, most people in general, average common citizen is concerned about, if I was trespassing, you're not the judge, jury, and executioner. If you bring me to the jailhouse and I end up dead, that's a problem. If they can tell you they got an eyewitness that saw some things that took place, we need to interview those. If they can tell you that blood is on the window, that's a problem. Anytime you're in the custody of the police or the sheriff's department, someone has to be held accountable. Somebody's responsible. Does that make common sense? If your brother, your mother, your father, or anybody was in the custody of the police, of the sheriff's department, or the jailhouse, you would want justice. We're seeking justice, fair, and equal treatment under the law. I'm sure that there have been cases where someone was trespassing or someone was drunk or drinking, and they took them to the police station and everything went smooth. This day today is not one of those situations. In custody, few days dead, someone has to be held accountable, and we're seeking justice, fair, and equal treatment under the law. Garland Pruitt. Garland Pruitt. I'm NAACP President, Oklahoma City Branch. Thank you.
Are we finished? Yeah, well, y'all need to know this. We will get justice here. We don't care whether the county sheriff knows about it. We don't care if his brother knows about it. We don't care if the citizens of Oklahoma know about it. We have to do something about this injustice that's going on here in the Oklahoma County jail system. Too many African Americans are dying for the sake of just the black color of their skin. We need to let everybody know that this systemic problem dealing with African American male, female, and children must stop. This is systemic. This problem with the county jail is not new. This is a serious condition of man coming for a trespass, going to go and then be murdered by our so-called great citizens who are supposed to be civil servants for us. This is preposterous. This is preposterous. This man needs justice, and we demand justice. I'm not a related. I'm a certified paralegal. They've called me on to help them out. Thank you.